to have met you in person. It's so interesting, the things that you find out living in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, or DMV area. I was reading the Washington Business Journal and I read this article about this incredible yacht company. And I thought, oh, I've got to reach out to this person. I need to know who she is and how she got started. So here we have her with us.
Yes.
Sheila, such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, listen, can you please, first of all, tell us what the business is? What is the Soka Caribbean Yacht Charters?
Good job.
I know, right?
I've gotten used to saying it, so you did great. So Soka Caribbean Yacht Charters is a yacht vacation travel agency. We specialize in stress-free, all-inclusive, personalized yacht vacations in a Caribbean oasis.
You're kidding. Okay, so which Caribbean oasis? I mean, the entire Caribbean is an oasis.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that's one of my favorite because I used to live in St. Thomas.
Okay.
The British Virgin Islands, Grenada, St. Lucia, and the Bahamas.
Wow. So I've watched one of my favorite shows, one of my guilty pleasures is watching one of the shows that deals in yachts. It's all about yachts and yacht vacations. And I see the luxury and everything. Can you tell me a little bit about how many yachts do you guys have? And because you're in a lot of places. So that's that's a natural question.
Yeah. The good thing is I work with different either yacht owners or yacht fleet companies. And some of these companies that I partner with have hundreds of yachts. So the great thing is if I ever had 500 people that wanted a yacht charter, the partners that I work with would be able to accommodate them.
Oh, I love the idea of that. And right now, I mean, I think everybody there is such pent-up demand for vacations, and we all want luxury vacations, but there's so many restrictions and such limited availability at high-end resorts and things like that. So if I have a yacht, I'm already in the lap of luxury.
Yes.
So help me understand, what's the smallest yacht? If I were going to bring my family, how many people could I bring on your average yacht?
Yeah, so on our average, we have 3 different levels. We have the bronze breadfruit package. So everything is named after Caribbean fruit.
Okay.
That is an up to 6-foot catamaran, or up to 6 people catamaran. So it'd be you, your husband, and anybody else you wanted to bring. We have the silver soursop package.
Oh, wow.
And that is up to 8 people on a catamaran. And then we have the gold guava package. Wow. And that is up to 10 people. And all of our prices are based upon 6 days, so 5 nights, 6 days, ranging from that bronze breadfruit around $36,000 per yacht, not per person.
Okay,
per yacht. It is luxury, but not that bad.
Okay.
And then up to the gold guava yacht, which is about $50,000 per yacht for that week.
Wow. So you're thinking about, so if people are doing the dollars and cents in their minds and they're thinking, wow, I've got 6 people on a yacht and I'm spending $30,000. Is that a good value? Mm-hmm. Other than the fact you're telling me this is luxury, what makes this such a fabulous value?
It makes it a fabulous value because, again, we're stress-free. I started my company for a plethora of different reasons. But number one, when I would plan my travel, I would be stressed out because it was all upon me to do every single thing. So we're taking the stress out of people and we're allowing them to allow us to do everything from door to dock to door. So Carolyn, let me tell you what that means. So the minute that people walk out of their door, we're going to have a black car service that come pick you up and take you to that nearest domestic airport. So let's say if you live in Alexandria, Virginia, or National Harbor, Maryland, we're going to have that black car service to take you to Washington Ronald Reagan Airport. So no Uber, no Lyft. That is included.
Okay, so I feel relaxed already because I didn't have to worry about that.
Exactly, and that's stressful. You know, where did I park? Where's my Uber? We don't have time for that, right? We want luxury to begin the minute you walk out of your door. And then once you take either your commercial flight or a private jet, and you got down to the Caribbean, we would have another black car service to come pick you up from the Caribbean airport and take you to the marina. So door to dock. From there, you're going to enjoy your 6-day minimum yacht vacation on a catamaran, and everything is included. Your gourmet cuisine, premium liquor. We're going to talk about that cuisine.
Okay.
Your yacht chef, your yacht hostess, your yacht captain is included as well. And then your sightseeing and touring is included. Your water sports are included as well. And again, you don't have to worry about everything because we are a one-stop shop. And then after your yacht vacation is over and you're sad because you have to come back home, we're going to do everything in reverse. We're going to have that black car service to take you from the dock back to the Caribbean airport. And then once you reach home, let's say in the DMV area, we'll have that black car service to take you back home. So door to dock to door.
I love it. Door to dock to door. I've got a new way of thinking about that. You know, the thing that makes me feel excited about it right away is obviously we've all been dealing with COVID-19 and now we have the Delta variant and one coming behind it and we want to go places. But the idea that I can go places with family members or persons that I've either quarantined with or we've all tested together, and now that's the extent, other than your staff, which has already been screened and certified COVID-free. I'm now in a situation where I really do feel luxurious. I'm feeling kind of premium.
There you go. High end all day.
That's fantastic. So you said you started your company for a plethora of reasons. Yeah. We're going to get back to the yachts and all of that, but what made you finally decide that, okay, I need the yacht business? I know you said that you wanted a stress-free vacation.
Right.
So why didn't you just go to work for some fabulous boutique hotel or open one?
You know what? Very good question. So I grew up on Virginia's Eastern Shore, and Virginia's Eastern Shore is a peninsula that is surrounded by the water, the Atlantic Ocean and the Chesapeake Bay. My grandfather, whose nickname was Big Rich, he was an avid boater in the Chesapeake Bay. And so I grew up around boating all of my life, crabbing with my uncles on the piers, fighting my boy cousins in the sands of the Chesapeake Bay area. And so growing up around the water, that was always a part of me. I then matriculated to Hampton University, which is a university surrounded by the water. And after that, I graduated from Howard Law School in Washington, D.C. And while at Howard Law, I focused on environmental law. And so everything has been water since I was little. And after Howard Law School, I then moved to the U.S. Virgin Islands. And that is where I became not only familiar with boating, but yachting. And I realized there was a hole in the market because a lot of yachting companies do not focus on various demographics. And I knew being an African-American woman millennial, that I could go after a demographic that the traditional yachting industry does not go after.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was reading that article, what drew me in instantly was when I saw you. Wow. You were somebody that looked like me, or at least looked like my daughters. And I thought, how in the world did she get into yachting? Because there's boating and there's yachting. And let's just be real clear about that. Yeah. And because I'm a Marylander as well, I'm very fond of the Chesapeake Bay and the watermen there and everything about it. But this elevates everything to a very, very different level. Yeah. So you started to create, obviously, strategic relationships. Do you remember your very first, the very first connection or business connection you made with a yacht, either company or private owner? How did you go about that?
Yeah, you know, I will say, because I have a background of law, because I am an attorney as well, I know how to read contracts, I know how to speak to people, and I know how to throw in legalese when I need to.
Okay, that's real good. That's exciting.
I don't do it too often, but you know, having that background, I know exactly what to look for, who to speak to, who are the major players. But I will say the major thing that I thought about was what company or companies were trying to not force it, but what companies were trying to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, because that's a big part of my company. And so in interviewing these companies, that's exactly what I did. I wanted them to know that I'm a Black woman millennial, and I'm very big on diversity and trying to bring unknown demographics into the yachting industry.
Wow, that is amazing. And I love everything about how that sounds. Now back to the yachts. So I've decided on whatever island I want to go to. Right. And I have essentially booked my own airfare using whatever miles. I would be using miles as opposed to points and miles to get to where I want to go. And then I contact you, and you know, because I want to feel more of that stress free. So I call you and I say, I want to take my executive leadership team on a a 6-day retreat? How do we make that happen?
Absolutely. You call me, I speak to you, and I want to get to know you. You know, one of my taglines for my company is you're not only a client, you're family. You're not only a tourist, you're family. And so we talk. I talk to you about what are your dislikes? What was, your most favorite vacation and why? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? What food do you like? What food do you not like? So after I get to talk to you and get to know you better, I then package something to your liking. So everything is customized. And I say, Carolyn, this is for your executive team. Tell me about them. Do they like water sports? What island would you prefer to go to? And so after really talking to you, we'll do a customized package to your liking, and then we'll send you that link for payment and you're on your way.
Wow. So it might really be in my best interest, instead of trying to figure things out myself, navigate it, if you will. It might be in my best interest to actually call you and get recommendations on an island.
Absolutely. Talk to me first.
Okay.
And you know what? A lot of people do that because although people are familiar with the Caribbean, because I used to live in the Caribbean, I have a company that's focused on Caribbean, and I travel extensively throughout the Caribbean, I'm able to tell people, in the British Virgin Islands, if you've never been yachting, that may be a good option for you because the waters are a lot more smoother.
Okay.
If you have been yachting, let's try a St. Lucia and going down to St. Vincent. The waters are a little bit more rougher, but you may be able to take that because you want some excitement. And so I give you a different perspective. Yeah.
That's incredible. So you've been doing this for how long?
We started in January of 2019.
Wow. So I will say you had a really good year before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious to see the impact of COVID on this, because to me, this seems like the perfect escape during a pandemic. I'm going to be honest, if I could get to where I wanted to go.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is COVID has definitely affected my company as well as millions of other companies. People are afraid to travel, of course, and I understand that. In addition to people being afraid, some of the islands have been closed.
Okay.
Luckily, or blissfully rather, these islands have opened up over the past several months, but marinas have closed. People don't feel like maybe going through the COVID test protocols, and they rather do a more domestic travel situation, and I have to respect that. But what I tell people, again, it's a safer water experience. Cruises, although I know people love cruises, you're on a huge cruise with 5,000 strangers.
I know.
So that's a lot scarier with that amount of people. And with these yachts, you're on with your family or your executive team or your friends.
Wow, that is super, super exciting. So as you're looking at now, because there's been a true uptick in travel, are you finding that you're starting to grab a lot of those bookings that maybe where people were reluctant in 2020? Are you finding that a lot of people are on the move?
At one point we were. However, as you mentioned, with these variants, it's becoming less and less. And again, I do understand that. So I'm hoping that as people become more vaccinated, people will become more comfortable to take one of our yacht vacations.
Okay, well, and I love that, because to me, this is a safer solution. If you still need to go, like some businesses have done tremendously well during COVID. Hospitality may not necessarily have been one, and they do want to celebrate with their teams, and they're looking for opportunities to do that. So you mentioned you're able to link together, for instance, if your company is doing that well, and some of them are, there could be several yachts, if you will, and that you could assemble for larger groups that would want, say, if the team were greater than 12, if they perhaps were a group of 100, you would be able to segregate them in their own separate yachts where there's a level of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that sounds like risk management. I mean, I'm going to be honest, because if you go to a resort, pretty much anything can happen, but this is, you are contained in everything.
Yep.
So,
everything. And not only that, but the client is at the heart of the vacation because we ask you, what do you want to do? And usually clients say, well, what do you think we should do? But we work in tandem with you because we want to craft a specialized trip just for you.
Oh, that sounds so fantastic. And to me, that's the idea of luxury. It's like I'm a bored queen. What do I want to do? And then you give me all of these options and I can absolutely carry them out.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And when we come back from the break in just a few seconds, I really want to delve a little bit more into what that cuisine is like, what a premium liquor package is like, and then really some of the amazing amenities on those. So we're coming up on a break right now, and we're going to go ahead and take our break, and we will be back.
Okay.
Time. It has a different meaning in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It goes backwards, forwards, it stops. St. Croix is rooted in history. So much of it still remains untouched.
I remember running on these streets as a kid. This shop was right down there. It opened the same year I was born. This is where the original Crucian hook was born. It's the symbol of these islands. And I wanted to have my hands in that very same history. I want to be able to pass it down to my family while still putting a new spin on it.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, we have an amazing culture that developed over time from all over the world.
St. John feels so untouched. Being underwater is like another world. There's no worries, there's no stress. I can just escape. This is my happy place. My passion for scuba diving came at just being fascinated with the water and wanting to be a mermaid, and this is the closest thing I can get to achieving mermaid status. Canadians just love being outdoorsy. We live for adventure, so we love anything hiking, being on the water, diving, snorkeling, and St. John has it all.
It's like some spirit is protecting the island and keeping them raw. The Makajumbi watches over the island. From up there, they keep the evil spirits away. The nightlife in St. Thomas is absolutely amazing. There's always something going on. Everyone comes together to dance and catch a vibe. We're always celebrating. We celebrate freedom, culture, the food, the smell, the music. It's always a celebration. The people here are probably the most priceless thing because they keep the culture going. There's so many different influences on these islands. Food from all kinds of countries coming together in new dishes. All of us came from somewhere. but all that we call this home. The VI is a new melting pot. This is where the past and the future comes together.
Oh my goodness. Watching the commercials are just as exciting. Sheila and I are here. So this is Sheila Ruffin, amazing owner of Soka Caribbean Yacht Charters. I love saying it because it sounds so swank. And you were telling us so much about yachts and yacht vacations and what people are able to do. And I had to ask, are you from the Caribbean? Because I get this wonderful vibe in every single place in the commercials she recognized. And that's what you want. When somebody is planning a trip or a vacation from you, you want them to have a sense of that place. And as you told me, you just love what?
Yeah, I love the Caribbean.
Okay.
I love the culture. Not West Indian. I'm a wish Indian, as I tell people.
Oh, that's very nice. I
But
never heard
I
that.
love it. I love Caribbean culture. I love it.
All right. So you mentioned to us that you have, we know that you do these chartered yacht vacations, these luxury yacht vacations. I think it's impossible to say yacht without having the word luxury attached to it anyway. So it may be redundant, but I love listening about this.
No, you're right. Because
Okay.
every yacht person is not luxurious.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I love it. So tell me a little bit about when you're looking for like yachts, when you're looking for that vacation for someone, like would I tell you what I want in a yacht, or do you tell me, or once you get to know me, do you match me with, I think I have the perfect boat for you that's going to be leaving out of St. Vincent or something like that?
Yeah. So a lot of our clients are first time yacht enthusiasts, as I tell them. And so for the first timers, we usually recommend a catamaran yacht because it's a lot smoother. Catamarans are not rocky. It's usually just very smooth on the water. After you're a yacht enthusiast for maybe 2 or 3 times, then let's get you on a motor yacht or a big super yacht. So usually catamarans for the first timers.
Okay. And that would depend on the size of my party because I don't know how big catamarans are.
Catamarans are actually bigger in space than motor yachts. So you can get more cabins in a catamaran than you can a motor yacht.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good thing. So, you were giving prices for us earlier, and I know on the yacht show that I am such a lover of, at the end, they are always handing over an envelope full of cash. So how does that work out? I'm just trying to figure. So do I have my yacht pass package plus that big envelope at the end? Or
No.
it's all inclusive?
Gratuities included
Okay,
as
see,
well. Again, no stress. I don't want my clients to have to bring out a calculator and try to think, 10% or 15 or 20%.
Right.
We handle all of that. Gratuities included as well. So you don't have to worry about how much do I tip.
So when you gave me that price, if I have that $42,000 price, that's all in. That's everything I eat, everything I drink. Okay, so what am I going to be eating?
Everything. So let's talk about food. So when about maybe a month before your charter starts, I'm going to send you a customization sheet.
Okay.
And this sheet you'll be able to tell me exactly what you like, what you don't like. If you are on a diet, because a lot of people are trying to get in shape, right? So let us know if you are on paleo diet or any other type of diet or salt-free, or you're vegan or you're vegetarian, and we're going to make sure that we catalog all that information.
Okay.
If you want a peach Bellini at 7 a.m. every morning, let us know. If you want a specific liquor, let us know. If you want a specific champagne, let us know. And everything is on that sheet. And so then I provide that to the captain and the chef, and then I'll tell them, we have to get this for Carolyn. She loves this particular champagne.
Wow.
We have to make sure we have this specific green tea, or she's salt-free, or she's vegetarian. So everything is very much customized to each person, because not only do I talk to you, but I want to talk to the people that you're bringing, because they may like meat and you're not a meat eater.
Right.
So I want to make sure that everything is customized to each particular person.
I think that's fantastic. And so as you're lining these things up, I mean, you could be dealing with multiple islands and multiple trips all going out at the same time.
Right.
But this is all organized and straight, and I don't have to worry about it.
Absolutely.
So when I arrive and that black car picks me up and takes me to the dock, and then I'm going to I'm now at my ship that I want to be. They're going to load my luggage on, and then what's needed of me after that?
Nothing.
That's
Relaxation, looking cute, and just preparing for opulence. Absolutely.
Preparing for opulence. I love the idea of that. Well, let me ask you, you said that you were introducing this. What really drove you to it was trying to take care of a different demographic.
Yeah.
So for us first-time yachters, do you give us any clues so that we don't make the mistake of bringing the wrong thing or thinking the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Do you have tips for first-timers, for newbies?
Yeah, we give you a packing list. So for instance, we tell people exactly what you should or should not bring.
Oh.
So for instance, one thing that first-time yacht enthusiasts, as I call people, don't know is it's not like a cruise where you bring 100 outfits and you're trying to look, a certain way. We want you to bring easygoing things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not like you have a captain's night where you have to wear a ball gown or something like that, right? The other thing is we suggest to bring soft shell luggage. Soft shell luggage so that it's easier to pack in the yacht because it's not, super yachts are a little bit different, but for these catamarans or these motor yachts, you really don't have a lot of space for a lot of hard shell luggage.
Wow.
So soft shell luggage, that way you can fold it up and put it someplace and it's not in your way. Flip-flops, sandals, boat shoes. We don't want anything to scratch up those very, very expensive yachts. Sunscreen, sun hat, bikinis, bathing suits, and swim shorts. Bug spray, sunscreen, and you're good. Sunglasses, and you're good.
Okay,
That's it.
I am loving this. So your yacht inventory, you mentioned that you work with some private owners. You mean they're yacht owners that will let me get on their fabulous boat? How does that work?
Absolutely. And this is the reason why, and people don't understand this. To own a yacht is extremely expensive. Not only is it the purchase price, but also the maintenance, the insurance, the gas is very expensive. Paying the salary of the crew is very expensive. Everything is so expensive. There could be one little scratch on the yacht, and that can cost $5,000-$10,000. The AC can go out on a yacht, and that can cost $50,000. And so plenty of yacht owners want to place their yachts into charter, and that's what I tell yacht owners to do. So that way you can break even as opposed to paying all this expensive money. We'll have the best of both worlds. The yacht owners will have their break even amount, and then you get to enjoy a beautiful yacht.
You thought this out. This is like you became the Airbnb for yachts. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but I really wish I had thought of this concept first because I totally love it. I absolutely do. We can get boats from you at any given time. How far out are you booked? I mean, like there are people obviously that may be planning their wedding, or maybe they're going to take their bachelorette or their bachelor party there. How far out are people booking?
Usually about 9 months plus.
Okay.
I've had clients to book, 14 months in advance, a year in advance. So usually 9 months.
Wow. So from my standpoint, and I hate to keep saying wow, but you are wowing me because first of all, it's luxury and it's yachts. And I've never really been on a yacht, to be honest. So I can't wait to get this experience in. So when I'm thinking about this and I'm looking, how can people contact you?
Yeah, so you can contact us on our website at www.soka, S-O-C-A, yacht charters with an S.com. You can also email us at info@sokayachtcharters.com. And then we have our number 202-938-1400.
Wow, this is fantastic. One thing I wanted to squeak in there, the Business Journal that mentioned that you're starting to do a little something in National Harbor. What is that? Because that sounds like something I might be able to take advantage of. So what's happening?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. We actually did this out of a pivot because of COVID, where people were afraid to travel. And again, we totally understand that, although you'll be exclusive and intimate. But yeah, we're starting to do day charters in the Washington, D.C. area. So Southwest Washington, D.C., as well as National Harbor. And those are day charters. So you can rent a boat or a yacht for about 3 to 4 hours on a weekday or a weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and those prices, are those prices published, or is this sort of a, something that you customize it and that price is different?
Yeah, it's pretty much published unless you want something very, very specific, such as, again, the black card service or something of that nature. But it ranges for about $3,500 to $4,000. And again, that can fluctuate, but that's pretty much the price. Yeah.
Okay. Now, your chefs, where do you get these chefs from? I mean, how do I get to be a chef? Or I want to be a stew or a bosun, or I know these great terms, right?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, you know bosun? Oh, because you watched the show.
Because I watched the show. Don't know how to get to be one, but I just know that they do bosun stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so the good thing is I work with the yacht fleet companies that already have the crew.
Okay.
However, I'm very much involved in examining the crew because my crew, you have to know the Caribbean. You have to be able to know me because I'm very much involved in my client's trip. So I'm calling that captain and saying, "Are you good? Where's my clients?
All right.
Are they on time? Did they get to the jazz show? Did they get to the butterfly museum? Did they get here? Did they get there?" So I'm very much involved in making sure that even if I partner with different companies or owners, I'm telling them I want this particular captain and this particular chef and this particular hostess.
Well, you got us excited. I am so pleased to have had you here today.
Thank
I'm
you.
very, very grateful. Sheila Ruffin with Soka Caribbean Yacht Charters. Check her out on the internet, and we're going to be hearing a lot more from this amazing young woman. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank
and
you.
everybody, until we meet again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.